We continue following the mass shooting in Dayton that left 9 victims dead and 29 in the hospital. Tyler Paley is live there in Dayton this morning at the scene of this latest mass shooting here in our country and in our state. Tyler, walk us through what exactly happened there.
Yeah, Melissa, dozens of people affected by this shooting, and there's still plenty to show for it here on the scene, even though the shooting itself only lasted about 30 seconds in total. Now, the accused shooter opened fire here in Dayton's Oregon district early Sunday morning while folks were out on the town. Police say he used a modified AR-style rifle and took aim at people here on 5th Street outside the bars and clubs. In total, 9 people, including the suspected shooter's sister, did die. More than 24 more went to the hospital, 15 of whom at least have been released at this hour. This morning, people from across the country and across the globe offering their condolences and help in any way they can.
And to allow people that don't have any comprehension of what those weapons can do to have them and have 100-round clips, this is what happens.
Now, the one question that police say is still nagging them is a motive. They have not determined that yet, nor have they released it to the public. They say it could come in the coming days or weeks. We will continue to keep you updated all throughout this morning and, of course, in the days and weeks ahead. For now, we're live in Dayton this morning. Tyler Paley, WTOL 11. Homelessness and addiction in Detroit are real problems. We know that. We caught up with a man who managed to get off the streets and left heroin behind for hope. Here's photojournalist Joe Cromer with Dan Shannon Boyle's story.
I've been on the streets many times over the past 30 years. And, you know, in one day I went from driving a nice car, going to work every day, to living under an overpass again. I think the most at one time was like probably 5 of us. That particular overpass anyways. When I woke up, I would try to get on the corner of Michigan and Weir Street with my sign and make some money so I could feed my habits, you know, heroin and crack.
It's pretty bad in this neighborhood. Prostitution, drug selling, violence.
I've been robbed, shot, stabbed. I've been out here since 2009. So I only got one eye and I'm trying to keep that one.
One time my mom had to drive to Henry Ford, Maine in about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to, they didn't think I was gonna pull through, so they wanted her to come out there and pay her last respects to me.
You think that you can use and then, but you can then go into treatment and stop, but you can't. Not that easy. When
I finally called her, you know, I could hear the relief and joy in her voice, you know, and she dropped everything she was doing to come scoop me up off the streets and bring me home.
He's always been very musical, very talented.
Just for today. My songs just kind of write themselves, you know, because they're real life. There's a lot of people dying where I was or getting murdered. My life has changed so much, you know, I may not have had much time to get out of there.
Wow, simply incredible.
Well, usually see them in the front yard. Some people have them in the backyards.
There's something about them that I like, and I don't know, I just like them. A lot of good responses from people.
Well, people seem like they want to clean up also sometimes. And there's still people that they don't really care.
I have a lot of faith because I went through cancer, so I'm a cancer survivor. And I fell on the ice a couple years ago and was in intensive care for a while, and I had a lot of faith in that she would bring me back, and she did.
But I've always had an appreciation for them, and that's why I went ahead and got them when I had the opportunity. And when I moved in, it was all grass, and I went ahead and made a sitting area, and I just thought it made it a little more pleasant.
In our race, I'm Mexican people, we believe in the Virgin Mary just as much as we believe in God. Yeah, it means a lot to us, and we always pray to her.
The Blessed Virgin has always meant something to all of our family. It's just like a family thing that we had. And Our Lady of Guadalupe, of course, is the Virgin for the Hispanic people. So we like to have her in our backyard also. We like to come back here and just sit sometimes. My mom used to come back here all the time and just pray. They are very special to us.
I feel like a lot of Hispanics around here believe in religious. So Virgin Mary is kind of like a thing that like a lot of people want to ask favors, as you know, there's different religions. So of course we have the Virgin Mary. Yeah, so basically we have is just like little angels. We have the lights going around it, so at night it really just brightens it up. And we made like a little structure for it to be seen and everything. We're really like into faith and stuff like that. Hope for the best and everything as well for the family and for other people. Do prayers for people and everything when they're going through their bad days. We actually changed it. It used to be a bigger size, but it fell one time and it cracked, so we had to just replace it with a smaller structure one. The neighborhood isn't perfect. I feel like being around it just makes you a different person and basically, I don't know, become someone better than, like, greater than who you want to become, really.
I'm a storyteller who normally make art out of my work, the things I make. The outside installation, which is called Iron Teaching Rocks How to Rust, that takes up 2 city blocks. The common statement is there's nothing else like this on the planet. We came here in 2000 mainly to create a community-based museum without any of the rules and restrictions that are placed on museums. We wanted a museum that didn't have any of the suggestions that you're not supposed to be here, of people feeling uncomfortable. Everything out here is representative of a story. This installation here is called A Point of No Return. There were places in Ghana where they would gather people and kidnap them, put them on a ship. That was called A Point of No Return, and that's what that's representative of. And this is the Iron School. The iron has decided that it would teach itself how to rust. Anytime you arrange things, people can reach conclusions about them. Art really communicates with and belongs to everybody, irregardless to their status in life. The table and the cake, that's called Iron Teaching Rocks table manners. The house back there, that's called an Nkisi. That's the power source of this place out here. We've really turned into a tourist attraction, which is, it's not bad, but that was not the goal. And then when they come inside, they see all these bees, and that's another, oh wow, wow. Because it's not too many places you can go and find bees arranged on the wall like this, especially bees out of Africa. Bees have been around for 30,000 years, and to have been around for 30,000 years and the interest in them is still as strong, the way they are used have been changed somewhat.
When a huge fire destroyed a Vietnam veteran's home overnight, another local veteran took action with hopes of keeping faith.
Photojournalist Joe Cromer shows us the moment a Toledo firefighter goes beyond his call of duty to prevent an American flag from ruin.
I was helping one of the rookies throw a stream in between those 2 structures to keep that second structure from burning. And that's when I noticed the colors waving with the flames behind them.
It was a brand new flag because he took the old one down. and took it back, and they gave him a brand new one.
I didn't want to let it burn, so I went and grabbed it. I'm a 8-year veteran of the Navy. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't want to see the colors burn up. I would never knowingly let the flag go up in smoke or be desecrated in front of me if I could help it. I think shortly after, the roof became fully involved, and it collapsed on itself. We were able to save the adjoining structure, so I believe the flag got put back in there so the owner could keep it.
Bob's a good man to the community, to us. He was a veteran. A lot of the homeless that walk up and down the street, he feed them, cook for them, everything. He never turned nobody down. Never turned nobody down. He did a lot for us.
You know, patriotism is something I think is overlooked these days. That flag is a core symbol of our citizenship, and we should be thankful for that freedom and what that flag represents.
It's a proud moment. The respect for the flag runs deep within our department. It was a great moment for Al to take, to be able to respect the flag and do what he did. What you saw in that video is who he is.
Even though we lost his place, hopefully the colors he can keep.
Here, I want to give you a couple of crosses. I make crosses to give away.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
My wife died 32 years ago, and I had to find something to do. First, I started making birdhouses. Made quite a few of them. Probably gave 1,000 away. There's a spur on top of that. They tried to get in there too. And about 6-7 years ago, I started making crosses for my family and friends. Then the more I made, the more everybody wanted one. They're called pocket crosses. I heard a couple people put it in their pocket and they keep rubbing it till all the stains off of it. Right now, I'm up to 13,000. I can't keep up with the demand.
Tony is one of the most incredible people I've ever met. He's full of energy. He's 96 years old. He mows his own yard. He does his own cooking. And he works in that shop of his garage. He cuts out these crosses every day, and it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
I'll be 97 in July. I got it made. I'm blessed. If I start talking to somebody, they got a cross in their hand. I don't take no money, because I won't take a cent for them. See, I'm blind in one eye too. It makes it harder to follow that line. I got a good friend, Al Williams. He runs a sawmill, and he gives me all my wood free.
I furnish the wood, and Tony does the work. And I think everyone has one of his crosses.
I turned my wife's laundry room to my paint room. Oh, she would love it. She would love it.
Tony's known throughout, the area. An everyday person that just is on a mission.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I have one in my truck and one in my pocket.
This is the first day I've had this one. I gave the other one I had in my pocket to somebody yesterday.
Well, thank you. That's cool that you do that.
I'm hoping if I live that long that I'm half that active.
Enjoy your crosses.
Thank you.